Self-taught bootcamp developers, do you regret not getting a college degree? Basically the title. I am interested in your responses. Do you guys regret not getting a degree? Do you feel like you have missed opportunities just because you didn't have that piece of paper? Yeah. Only 'cause I got a degree in a different field anyway. So I'd just have gotten a CS degree instead. Can't say what I'd feel if I had no degree whatsoever. I still kind of want one. Maybe an MS, but it's tough to justify the cost and opportunity cost. I do have a degree. Technically two. I have a master's in psychology. I do not regret getting a master's in psychology, and I do not regret switching from being a mental health professional to a developer. I've been working as a developer for 4 years now and it's been great. No. I make $100K at a Fortune 500 company. Before being in SHE, I was making $11.50 hours at a grocery store. I work in big tech now, and I didn't have the money for a bootcamp or CS degree when I started. If I did, I would have gotten it without a doubt. So I wouldn't call it a regret since I had no real choice. But I think if you have the means, it's worth it. I'm certain I missed out on being considered for some jobs due to not having a CS degree. Especially earlier in my career. There's so much competition in the field for higher paying jobs. Any advantage makes a difference. False choice. I have unrelated science degrees. I pivoted after grad school. Yes. It's been a long and twisty road without it. And I'm considering going back so that I'm not only qualifying at startups. The degree opens up a lot of doors that work experience alone doesn't open. I don't know why you would regret it. It's not really a time equivalency. I would still be in school if I decided to get another degree instead of do bootcamp, not saying it's for everyone. Though I do think I would have studied CS instead of getting the arts degree I have if I knew what I do now. Thinking about taking advantage of education benefits at current job to go get a CS bachelor's. Mainly out of interest though. I do, in the sense that I wish I had my life better figured out in my early 20s. But so it goes. I got into programming in my mid-late 20s with no time or money to get a degree, and while I got lucky, the self-taught route is definitely harder. Looking forward, it doesn't mean much to me anymore. I've gotten job offers from small agencies and FAANG companies. Never once have I been asked for a degree. No. I have over 8 years and worked at 2 FANG companies. I have no desire to go back and get a CS or SWE degree. It will never matter for my current or future jobs. Nope. I make $100K self-taught. Took me 2 months to find a job. No regrets. This all depends on when a self-taught bootcamper entered the workforce. These days I would say yes, they do probably regret it if they are still even looking for a job. No. I'm not good at learning in college environment. I'm better at learning things at my own pace. Zero regrets, and it has never been an issue so far. Lol, no, I don't regret spending less time and money to gain a set of skills and get a good paying job. I do wish I started sooner though. When I was younger I was really into tech in general, but when I was in high school I had a bad math teacher that made me think I wasn't smart enough to get into programming. Ended up figuring out that wasn't the case 10 years later. Without a doubt a CS degree probably would have made interviewing a lot easier and probably would open the doors to a broader selection of companies. Self-taught here. Yes. Going back to school soon. I did a boot camp and definitely missed lots of opportunities for not having a degree. However, I still landed a job as a data engineer, and now going back to get my degree worked out for me. I don't have a degree, and I'm doing fine. However, I'm certain that it has held me back more than once. And I've had to fight harder for opportunities than other people. Because on paper there will always be an asterisk next to my name. If you can swing it, I always suggest getting one. But I'm living proof you don't have to have one to have a career. So it's not the end of the world if you can't get it. I regret getting a degree in biology and not CS. I'm doing a second degree right now after wasting 4 years in biotech making shit pay in a HCOL. This question isn't worded properly. Because there's tons of people from that background with many yo on job. You really should be asking, do self-taught bootcampers in last 2 years regret no degree? Because they're the ones getting fucked. No. I'm a senior self-taught and wish I could have gotten a CS degree, but the reason I didn't was because I'm a terrible student for school. I think I failed my intro to programming and intro to CS classes and ended up with a 1.4 GPA after a number of years. Didn't even get my associates. No. I have masters in laws from a respected law university. Met my future wife there and made great friends. Wouldn't trade it for CS degree. I started programming around 2004 in ActionScript, making flash games for fun. Little knowing I would make a career out of it. I work with people graduated in CS and they don't possess some secret knowledge we cannot get. If you're interested in what you're doing and have context, you can learn everything you need. Graduating with CS degree don't automatically make you a great developer. It might help, but it's not mandatory IMO. I kind of regret job hopping after 1 year. But to my amazement I don't need a degree to progress. I've reached a FAANG level company with only an associate's dropout, planning to retire early now. Yes. My degree is still STEM, but I regret not doing comp sci. However, I didn't get into programming until 2 years after I graduated. 8 months total in high school. Dropped out. No college. Staff level engineer at a tech company everyone's heard of. Feels fine to me. If I could have started earlier, that would have been nice. But if I could predict the future and determine ahead of time the right path for me, I'd just be rich and skip this whole having a job thing. No. After your first job it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as much. Yes and no. I've definitely missed out on opportunities because I didn't have the degree. I've been told so. Straight up. And I feel like it would have made the whole career transition process significantly easier. I do plan to go back and work towards one once I've paid off my bootcamp loans. However, that said, I needed to get out of automotive ASAP. It was sapping my will to live, working with crooked salesmen who were happy to take advantage of people who didn't know better, and I felt like I was trapped. I don't think that I've missed too many opportunities because I think my STEM degree is still somewhat relevant. My only regret is that I wasn't exposed to CS early in my life and so didn't do it as my degree. Definitely a potential master's degree that I'm considering doing in the future if it's financially viable. No. Went to boot camp for 4 months 3 years ago. Was making $50,000 before that. Now make $120,000. Great benefits. Work from home and love my job. I have a bachelor's in English, but that is irrelevant.